Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. On this week's episode, I'm going to talk to you about. I accidentally closed the notes. Um, is this the Great Pumpkin price surge? I don't know. I just thought of fun play on the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, um, and it kind of actually is applicable to this situation. Then I'm going to talk to you about non KYC DCA machines. That's right. Bitcoin miners or servers, as Bob Burnett likes to call them, and I'll get into that a little bit of why he wants to call them that. If you haven't heard him say it before, and then also just a couple other things. So first of all, you should get a BitBox02 hardware wallet. Go to bitbox.swiss/Bitcoin Made Simple. Use the promo code Bitcoin Made Simple to get 5% off and take your coins off the exchange, please. You're doing yourself a favor, and it's really easy to use. The BitBox is so simple to use. Apologies for that frog in my throat. So, is this the Great Pumpkin price surge, Charlie Brown? Well, it is. We're slightly over 24 hours until Halloween. If you're familiar with the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, for those of you that are not, I will give you a brief overview that Linus, who's Charlie Brown's friend, always thinks that this Great Pumpkin is going to show up. And every year he's just disappointed. And then even this year, he finally thinks that it is the Great Pumpkin and a shadow standing up, and it turns out the shadow is just Snoopy. He passes out, and there was no Great Pumpkin, and he doesn't get anything and misses out on the big picture. So I thought about that because I was watching it with my kids, and everybody's talking about the Bitcoin price go crazy, oh, look how high it is. It's up to, 33K. We're at 34K. I mean, right now, the price, this is like late Sunday night. By the way, I apologize for this not being out on Friday. Oh, I'm so busy, as you guys probably want to hear. Yeah, I apologize. I've been busy, but frankly, like a good number of the times I record late at night. And I've been so tired from running around like crazy that I have passed out putting my kids to sleep. Oh, I'm yawning right now. Sorry. Passed out putting my kids to sleep like 4 nights in a row. And like literally slept for like 6, 7, 8 hours. So it was, I guess, sleep I needed. But yeah, the price of Bitcoin right now is at $34,275.06. And is this really the thing that's going to go? In my opinion, and again, none of this is financial advice. And if you're using me for financial advice, you've got bigger problems. But to me, if you look at the price surge, I think it's like a macroeconomics thing playing out where, you have the finite supply. We all know that. It's diminishing. The halving's coming soon, blah, blah, blah. So, like, the price should be going up. I think what's making it not skyrocket is the lack of a liquidity event. I don't even know if I'm using these terms right. But the lack of a liquidity injection there's no QE happening, which is a good thing, and there's not as much money print. I mean, they're still printing money, but the Fed is hiking rates to claw back all those dollars off the market. So in my opinion, the liquidity injection is what's going to really make it take off. And so while I am talking about the price, I'm saying, is it the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? Because instead of sitting around and waiting for the moon shot, waiting for the Bitcoin to moon and take over your life, and everything will be set, and your life will be set forever. Don't be Linus sitting in the field waiting. Get out there and go get your candy. go door to door and say trick or treat and get your what would you say in like a Bitcoin if I ever made that show called The Citadel and where everybody's a Bitcoiner, what would they say trick or treating to each other? I don't know. I don't have a funny one for that yet. I gotta think about it more. Um, but I just don't. I don't know. I mean, there's so many events that could happen that could trigger this to go back down. Um, I don't know. Uh, I'm not. So all I'm saying is, don't focus on the price. And frankly, there's too many of us that are focused on the price because, you know, to me, honestly, like, I probably wouldn't post about the price again until. Sorry, I am so tired. I'm just yawning into the microphone. A better podcaster would edit this all out, but I give you guys this information raw so that I don't know. I just feel it's more authentic to me. Um, but I probably won't talk about the price until it reaches like its all time high and passes it. You know, um, like on the run up last time, I was like, whoa, and then like it dropped back down, but then when it would surge up, people were like 44K, here we go, like 44K all day, 45K all day, blah blah blah. And then I don't know, it just kind of gets old to me. Um, so it's like if you're not at an all time high or anything like that, then what are you talking about? Um, Other than trying to like will it up, like that's the feel I get. The feeling I get is that it feels like. I mean, I've tweeted this out before. I'm like, some of y'all are too dependent on number go up, and it shows. I'm not talking about any of you in particular. I'm just saying it's a general thing in the Bitcoin space that I see where we all like to talk about how, it's not about number go up and everything. The moment the price goes up just a little bit, everybody wets their pants and turns into a cheerleader fanboy. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That maybe we shouldn't do that. And I mean, like to me, whenever it breaks all time highs, it'll be amazing to sit there and go, wow, like one Bitcoin is worth $75,000. That's insane. Um, but until then, I don't know. It just every time it goes back up, I'm like, oh my god, like, because there'll be people that post stuff like, this like green candle, like, oh look, Bitcoin's mooning, and I'm like, oh, that at that point I'll check the price because I'm like, okay, like it's been hovering around $34,000 for like a week or so. You see people posting it. I'm like, did I miss something? And like go like open the app, but no, like we're still the same. We're just there, floating along all accidentally. I was like a British Forrest Gump when he said floating along all accidental like in a breeze. Yeah. So, anyways, but somebody outside the price surge, and everybody's talking about that. I did, thank you. One of you listeners tagged me in something over the weekend, quoting me. So I'm honored that I have contributed anything to this Bitcoin space that is worth quoting, other than like shit jokes and stuff like that. Like that was like, I think my thing. But yeah, somebody quoted me saying that it is a Bitcoin miner is a non KYC DCA machine, and I was like, damn, that's a good one, and I'm glad it's getting out there. And I don't think enough people know that because the tweet was like in response to a question asking where's the best place to buy Bitcoin, on an exchange or miner. It's like a poll. And so that's what one of you guys posted in there. was that it's best to do it that way. A non KYC DCA machine. I agree wholeheartedly, and I think you should all be doing that, and you should do it now. The reason I really bring it up is because you should do it and then move the coins to your BitBox02 hardware wallet. Go to bitbox.swiss/Bitcoin Made Simple. Use promo code Bitcoin Made Simple to get 5% off. But you should do that now, because the Bitcoin miners, and I will also I'm trying to switch myself to calling them servers, because that's what Bob Burnett has been calling them, and I'll get into that in a second. But the Bitcoin servers are at a great price right now. So if you're looking for a DCA machine, think about it like, okay, it costs, let's say you get one for like $1,800 right now. Think about the long haul, and will you pay $1,800 in fees for buying? I mean, the exchanges have a spread so that they make a little bit. So maybe in the long run, it's more worth it. Also, like a price run up will make it profitable. Eventually, I mean, even at the highest electricity rates, you would. I mean, I guess not the highest. I don't know what the highest is, but like I'm thinking, if you're somewhere like someone that's like 16 cents per kilowatt, 20 cents per kilowatt, it's not going to be profitable at the moment, but eventually it could be. But you're getting those sats DCA'd right into your BitBox02 hardware wallet. You can set it up that way. So I'm thinking that maybe yins. That's how Pittsburghers say y'all. And I don't actually say that, by the way. I just thought I'd throw that out there because I said y'all earlier, and I put a mental note in that I should say yins. Yeah, you guys should do that. So while prices are still low, jump on that. So Bob Burnett with Barefoot Mining talks about Bitcoin miners being Bitcoin servers and classifying them that way. And I think it's a good classification, because, the censorship is going to come, and it's going to come hard. And if they regulate what you can put on a computer, what you can say, like do on different pieces of hardware, they could look at the miners like, well, no, sorry, I'm thinking of it backwards. If we keep calling them miners and not what they are, which is they are computer servers that just happen to be hashing this specific function that generates Bitcoin. So if we have these computer servers, they can't ban computer servers because they'd have to ban every computer server around the world or around the country, wherever you live. And that is not going to happen. So it's an important distinction. And it actually is happening smoother than I thought it was. Like, I remember when Bob first brought it up to me, I was like, man, that's going to be pretty tough, like, transition. But Bob and I talk a lot. We talk a lot about Bitcoin mining, and I'm like, saying servers like much more smoothly than I ever expected. So yeah, I think it's an important distinction, and if we could get that train going, then that would be wonderful. But the other thing I want to talk about was, I mean, there's a million things I want to talk about. Movies Plus, I can talk about that in a little bit. But one thing was like us taking things way too seriously. I just, like I see it through life where, and I'm guilty of it too, because I'll take things like really, really seriously. And it just, let's say like sports, sports I'm guilty of. Like my sports team's losing, I get pretty worked up during the games. But I was amazed. So one of my business partners in Movies Plus is from Philadelphia. He's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. And I remember last year when the Eagles lost the Super Bowl and they lost on a bullshit call. It was total BS. I was like, man, I don't know how you're handling this. And he's a little bit older than me and wiser than me. And he was like, I can only get so mad about a game that I didn't play in that was played by a bunch of people that I don't know. And I was like, that's a pretty, oh, look at that. That's a healthy perspective. In Pittsburgh, we don't necessarily have that luxury because, I don't know, we're just a different animal here. We take it super serious. And that's part of the fun of it, to be honest. But yeah, there's just a bunch of other things that we get wrapped up in and take way too seriously. You know, like, for example, I do a good job of this, so I am thankful of that. But like, my kids' sports, like I want them to do well. That's what I want. But I always tell them whenever I'm coaching them, like, the most important thing, guys, is you got to have fun. You got to have fun in what you're doing. Because if you're not having fun, then you're missing out on the point of this. And I just worry, like, as time goes on, like, there's so much pressure on kids. I don't know. I was at my nephew's hockey game tonight, and he's 12 now. Crap, I can't believe he's 12. And I mean, he's a great hockey player, and watching him skate, and I'm like, wow, like, it's just awesome to see, and like, and he takes it in stride, like, pretty, like, he's not getting worked up, and accepting the pressure. But if my brother and sister-in-law didn't do a good job of, relegating that, or regulating that, I'm a moron sometimes. I'm tired. But anyways, regulating that, it's easy for parents to get carried away. And, I was talking to one of the dads there, and, we were just talking about how crazy the schedule can get with sports. And different things, it could be taekwondo, it could be, a spelling bee. I mean, all these different things that we really, really, really get wrapped up in. And so, like, I don't know, it's just a weird pressure that I feel we take too seriously. For example, it's like I realize in, like, my son's baseball league in the, spring, it's like, I was like, I want every time he gets up to get a base hit, hit a home run, whatever, and do well. And so whenever he doesn't, I'm just naturally disappointed. I'm not disappointed in him. I'm not upset at him, nothing like that. But you have to realize that this is a kid doesn't understand that. So if you're upset that they didn't get a hit, but you're not upset at them, and they see that you're upset, they're going to know. So it's like, I go straight into it. I'm like, everything's positive. It's got to be positive right now. There will come a time when sports do get more serious, like, you're in high school. Okay, you have an opportunity here to, make some hay for yourself in life, in some different things, whether it be scholarship opportunities to make money, wherever your skills take you. And also, you're starting to become an adult in high school and learning skills that are going to be important for the rest of your life. So, in terms of, like, effort, focus, things like that, it's important. And coaches at that point can be disappointed, upset, all that kind of stuff. But it's like, I just like reframed in my mind. I'm like, so I've made it a point. I'm like, I've never, ever, ever been disappointed in any play. Like, I mean, I'm never disappointed in my kid doing, trying his hardest. That's all I care about. But like I said, what I'm mentioning is, you know, if he hits a line drive to right field and if it gets down, it's gonna be a double, and the outfielder makes a catch, I'm disappointed, but I just try to like immediately turn that into like, hey, like way to drive the ball, um, and and I don't know, I've noticed in life, we're taking so many things way too seriously. We got to chill out. And I just feel like that's where people were getting pushed to like snapping. Um, Tough, like the economic times are tough. Uh, like, the cost of everything is going up. You know, everywhere you turn. I mean, it's like good luck finding an item for groceries that's less than $5. Just doesn't exist. So everybody's under this pressure cooker, and I thought of this whenever, if you guys saw that lady that flipped out on the airplane, saying that person was not real. Um, that person, you know, had a bad moment that was caught on camera, but I feel like we were seeing a lot of those bad moments caught on camera. And yes, I know we have a lot of proliferation of cameras we didn't have back in the day. But I think that we're under a certain pressure right now. And some of it you can't take off, some of it you can't offload, but there is a good amount that you can. So try your best to unload it. And then, Movies Plus, by the way. I appreciate you guys. If you want to go to Movies Plus, go to mymoviesplus.com and use the promo code Corey. You get a whole year for $24. And it supports me. It supports independent film. It supports free speech. It supports just good movies. And we're trying to tailor that to you more and more. So, but a little background, you guys know, I think I mentioned this before, but you guys know, I guess Movies Plus is like my day job, but also I've been in the movie production end, and I have a movie called Unsinkable about the inquiry into the sinking of the Titanic that we filmed in Pittsburgh here. And it will be premiering on November 8th at the Three Rivers Film Festival in a sold-out 550-seat theater, which is crazy. And yeah, it was a long time coming. Been working on this project when the idea was 2016. That's whenever me and my friend producing partner we started talking about it. It was an old stage play that they knew who optioned the rights, and so we turned it into a screenplay, and off it went. So now it's going out there to the world, and it's pretty crazy to experience. And I think you guys will like it. So I hope you get a chance to watch it when it comes out. It probably won't be like available for purchase and rent until I think April is when we're going to release it, around the anniversary of the sinking. So yeah, that's what's going on with Unsinkable. It's just gonna be different. I don't know. It's gonna be a different moment because I think there's like a red carpet and all that kind of stuff. And my wife, who's more have of a reclusive personality, is going to have to be in front of people. So, she'll be fine, but it's just that moment of like being in front of people she doesn't know. when we get to the reception and everything afterwards, she'll be better. But but yeah. So also, I mean, the last thing I wanted to talk about was cars. Like, I was thinking about like how long can you make a car last? So I was looking at like our oldest car, and I was like, I'm running that thing till it like the wheels come off. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, I wonder. I mean, it won't be soon, but like, I wonder if that car would still be working whenever our oldest son gets like his driver's license. Hmm. Because you know, I my first car I bought for $800. Our oldest car right now, I mean, it's 13 years old. And I guarantee you, like the Kelly Blue Book value is probably like, if we sold it, it'd probably be like $1,200. It's not that it's in good shape. It's just got like 140,000 miles on it. But we don't drive. It's our primary car anymore, so we keep it, for secondary. But I was like, oh, like, even if we have to get another car, I'd prefer that we just keep not having a car payment and owning two cars and just running them. But but yeah, the if we don't have a car payment, it'd be great, and maybe we add one down the line. But if we do add one down the line at some point, it would be pretty cool if whenever our kid got his driver's license, he could be like, "Here's our old car. You have one now, and take care of it and keep up on it, and it'll take care of you." And I definitely did not know that. Like, I mean, growing up, but my mother or my father-in-law is a car guy, so he drilled it into me to stay on top of these things, and I have some. Yeah, I think it's like a Bitcoiner rite of passage to have as much as old of a car as possible, because you'd rather be stacking Sats than buying another car, and you should probably do that and stack your Sats instead of using it on a car payment, and get the Bitbox O2 hardware wallet, and you'll put your coins on there. And I will talk to you guys later.